Hey y'all, it's the dynamic trio here from Heal Together. This is our channel where we discuss and bring you along on our healing journey. Thanks for tuning in here and joining us, and make sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to make sure you know when every video is posted. And with that being said, here's Brenda, Nicole, and Harley, and let's get into it. All right. Hey guys, welcome everybody. Here's our channel, Here Together, our first episode here. Woo! Super excited. We have a very, very special guest, our first guest ever, who we are very excited to bring aboard.
We have Danielle Matthews. Sorry, Mom. We have Danielle Matthews with us. We're super excited. Danielle is a brain injury survivor, and she has been speaking out about this great technology that we have just come in contact with. And we just want to learn more about this new technology and hear more about Danielle's story. She has been with the SIA for 8 years now. So we are looking forward to your knowledge and wisdom on this.
Yeah, I'm happy to share. Thanks for having me on, ladies.
Oh, you're welcome.
So to jump right in, it's interesting. This Heal Together, what a powerful name for your show. And just to see the three of you together is making me smile. I've been on a healing journey myself for 10 years. I lost my health when I was in my 20s. I was hit by a drunk driver and I sustained a brain injury. And my world went from one where I was vibrant, healthy, living life the way I wanted to one where everything was very limited. I couldn't concentrate for more than 10 minutes at a time. I was dealing with chronic pounding in my head that was just relentless. I was dizzy. I couldn't handle light. I couldn't handle noise. Like, it felt like somebody had a flashlight and was like shining it right in my eye when I was just in natural light. And so, I ended up losing my job because I couldn't handle working. And so I found myself at home. Thankfully, my parents were able to take me in and, allow me to kind of be home during that time and help me on this next path that I kind of found myself on, which was trying to get myself healthy. And, the medical community didn't fulfill what I would have hoped they could have. They were able to give me a diagnosis, right, and kind of give me that. But they said, there's really nothing you can do for this type of injury, and you need to just sit and wait. And they said it might take a month. Then they said 3, then they said 6. And then at my 1-year appointment, they actually said to me, Danielle, with your type of injury, your body's done all the healing that it's going to do. And this is just your new normal. And you need to shape your life around this and start to move on. And I'm so grateful that something within me, literally just immediately, my reaction to my neurologist was, well, you're fired. I realized that I wasn't like, in his face, but something inside of me said, no way. There's got to be something out there that can help. And I believe in the body's ability to heal itself. My degree is in biology. I studied the body in school, and I've always been fascinated. We're healing machines. We're designed in that way. And so I just thought, there's got to be something. And I was reading a book at the time. The book's probably over here on my bookshelf, called The Brain That Changes Itself. By Norman Doidge. And it was just it was talking about neuroplasticity. It was talking about how new cells can always be, generated and connections made and all this stuff. And I just remember thinking there's going to be something. And I will never forget, we got a phone call from an acupuncturist, and she was a friend of my mom's. And she said to her, there's been a breakthrough. I started using it in my clinic. Every single one of my clients is getting results, all of them with different things. And she went on to say, it's helping stimulate cellular repair. And so, I don't know what you ladies have going on with your health, but the way she kind of described it was like, look, it was helping some of her clients that had digestive things, and it was helping stimulate the repair in that system. And so that system was regulating better. Some it was like hormone issues and modulation, and it was helping that. Some it was skin issues, and it was helping that. And she's the one that said, I believe this could pass the blood-brain barrier and it could help Danielle. And so that is how I got introduced to ASEA, to this redox technology that, we're going to talk about. But I always kind of stop and think about, it's so profound because this technology will do something different in each person. And I know each of you have kind of just started your journeys with it. And I like to hear more about that from you guys even. But, it's funny. The biologist in me actually got in the way. So it wasn't like I had this amazing, like, oh, this is the thing I've been asking for. Like you would have thought that that's how I would have responded to this phone call. But I was totally skeptical. The biologist in me was like, show me the research, show me the studies. What have they seen with brain injury, And they couldn't produce that. Like this was too new. It was brand new pretty much on the market back then. And they said, look, like the research you're looking for isn't going to exist because this isn't a drug. We can't say that it treats, cures, heals, or prevents anything. It's going to stimulate your own body to repair itself. And I just thought, this sounds like glorified salt water. I'm not interested.
Right.
Right.
I blew it off for 6 months. It sat at our house. This beautiful blue bottle behind me.
Right.
At the house. Because it was there, though, my mom started drinking it. And that's why it just makes me smile to see you guys. And you.
It takes the mom, right? That's why we started.
How it starts.
Yep, it's always the mom.
They know. They know what's best. And my mom, she knew not to push, but she said, well, if you're not going to drink it, Danielle, then I am. So my mom started drinking it. And she had bone on bone in her top knuckle. I don't know if you guys know anybody with that. But she couldn't make a fist. There's so much inflammation, so much discomfort. Like she did not have full range of motion. And starts drinking this, and it's a liquid, right? So she's taking it was like a little shot glass. She's drinking it in the morning, swishing it, swallowing it, and I'm watching her like she's lost her mind. Totally running this off. And 6 weeks later, she's got full range of motion in her hands. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. You would think I'd have been impressed. No, I was like, Mom, it's a placebo. I'm totally still just like, there's no way that could do this. And then my dad, though, he had Ural's reaction. He was like, whoa, let me see what this can do for me. So my dad started drinking it. And my dad's an athlete. He hurt his knee in college playing football. Actually, it was career ending. But he's always worked out to keep the muscles strong and just keep everything going. And he starts drinking it. 10 days into it, his knee is not bothering him. Like, wow. Yeah, to the point where he wasn't wearing his brace in his workout. And he said, I'm having more energy. Like, I'm not tired after my workout. I keep going. I'm not sore the next day. And he's like, what is this stuff? Yeah. And I'm watching this going like, okay, like, what is it? Yeah, what is it? So we start to dive into the research, and we dove into PubMed, we dove into Google Scholar, we dove into these places that are studying redox signaling, because ASEA is the name of the company, but redox is their technology, and it just stands for reductants and oxidants. That's not something that ASEA made up. Huge field of science. Then I started to understand what these molecules were a little bit better. And my dad said, I think it's the missing link, Danny. Like, why don't you just try it? You got nothing to lose here. You've got everything to gain. You can't be allergic. It won't contraindicate with your medicines. Like, just try it. And he said, give it 6 months. I was like, all right. You're not going to waste your money, but fine. Right. And 3 months into using it, the pounding in my head stopped. It had been relentless for 2 years, and it just stopped. I started to be able to concentrate again. I had energy again. I wasn't having to nap. And I'll never forget, my cognitive therapist said to me, Danielle, I've worked with people with your type of injury for 30 years. And she said, I've never seen somebody have such a rapid recovery so far out from the initial trauma. She said, with your type of injury, that doesn't happen. And I'll never forget the next words out of her mouth. What the hell is that stuff you started drinking? And I looked at her and I said, I thought it was salt water. I said, I have no idea. So that was my introduction to all of this. And it has been a fascinating journey since. But so I always love hearing how this enters someone's world. And there are just, skepticisms about it because it's natural.
Right.
Right. That's kind of how, that's kind of how we were. But again, Mom, we watched some channels, and Mom called Harley and said, these people are just looking younger. Yeah. Like, what is going on, And then all of a sudden we were watching a show with.
Yeah, I was at home and I was just by myself, and I clicked into a channel, and Jay and April were on there, and they started talking about this thing called ASEA. And I was like, what is that? And they're like talking about like how Jay's hair is growing back after so many years. They're feeling so much younger. I'm like, what is going on? So I edit that part of the video and I send it to Mom. And of course, Mom doesn't watch it right when I send it. She waited until I showed up at the house the next day. And I was like, Mom, did you watch the video? And I just pulled it up and I showed it to her right then and there. And she was like,
that's it.
Yep.
That is it. That's the missing link. That's why I said, that is it. We're all doing it. We're all doing it.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing but my eyes seeing these people looking younger, you know, because we didn't even see any of the information yet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I just got on, and of course I did it wrong because I didn't follow the directions. So then I have Jay call me and saying, I think you signed up wrong. And I said, okay, so we do it again. And I did it again, and then we listened to all the information.
Yeah.
It's been super.
It's been amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, 3 months. 3 months.
Yeah.
Like my inflammation in my ankles, I have none anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My belly has shrunk like with the gel. I do the gel but my belly's like in half. So I must have had a lot of cellulite in there.
Okay.
And it's like lifted my belly. It's not actually.
It's like a facelift for your belly, but not your face.
Not flabby, you know, like it gets stuck to your legs, you know. You got it's like it's actually facelift for your belly. It's actually
tight.
Yeah,
it's amazing. That's all we can describe, you know, like because we're just learning about it, but it's affecting each one of us differently. That I think we just want to share it. And I know we sound like sometimes people look at us and be like, what are you on? You know, because we're just so happy and we just want to share it with everybody. But we also want to introduce it the right way and have people explain it, you know, so they can get the full knowledge that we want to share with everybody.
Yeah.
So we're excited about it. I mean, it's not only helped us physically, but it's actually, so we've been on it for 30 days and it's literally to this point has changed our lives in both physically and where we're going, like our life mission. It's changed in so many ways. It is like a miracle. Yeah. A miracle.
Yeah. Our intuition is like crazy off the charts. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, your intuition was pretty good to start with. If you saw
it. Mom's like, let's just buy it blind. This is it. It's telling me you need to order
Mom's
it.
A shopper, so it wasn't
I knew
it.
I knew it was the missing link.
It
was the missing link.
So we use the gel. Okay. So we put it on her face. Like Mom says, she puts it everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you
everywhere.
suggest, sorry guys. Do you suggest, how often to put it on or where you should put it on? I know we were watching Dr. Silverman. He was suggesting the throat. I don't know. What were your thoughts on that?
So just to tell everybody, so there's a liquid, right? The liquid you drink, it goes internal. What do these molecules do? They help the body amplify the signal to find damage and they repair it. Okay. They also are the signal within your cells, turning on your genes, keeping everything turned on that should be, activating your antioxidants, glutathione, for example, which helps your body detoxify, helps the body deal with inflammation. All of that's getting turned on. It's like the electricity coming back into the system. Okay. They put it originally, I actually have one here. People started to put it in spray bottles. All right. So they were spraying it on their skin, spraying it in their eyes. It's safe. It can go anywhere. And they were starting to see great results with their skin. So they started asking the company, can you make a topical? Like, we want this for our skin, make a topical. Well, it proved to be really hard because these redox molecules, reductants are negatively charged and oxidants are positively charged. And so they react very quickly. Like they usually react with each other, which was why it was thought to be impossible to stabilize these molecules. And what ASEA has done is like literally made the impossible possible. Like it is a literal miracle. It is a breakthrough, what they've been able to do. And it's because they stabilize this. As soon as they touch anything organic, these molecules go. And so to get it into a gel so it could congeal proved to be quite difficult. It took them, I think, over 40 tries to find a silicate that would allow it to not react. It was like inert. And so that's where Renew 28 came from. And they call it Renew 28, that little tube, this guy. They call it Renew 28 because in 28 days, it shifts your skin to the point where you can see it. All the research they did on it was for skin cell turnover. Okay, so it turns over your skin cells 16% faster. It also was researched to increase blood flow to the area. And it also was proven to help with the fat lobules that we know as cellulite, to reduce those, to decrease wrinkles. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, can we take a bath in this stuff? So,
Yeah. Mom.
Yeah.
So, but it's doubly concentrated. Okay, so there's more redox in this than in the liquid. And you can use it anywhere. If you're using it for like your skin, for like the anti-aging, for like those types of things, twice a day, clean skin, put it on, and then do your regimen. This is not a moisturizer, so please do not forget to put a moisturizer on.
Right.
Make sure you do the rest of your skin regimen. ASEA has a whole great skincare line for people that are interested in doing something that integrates with this, but you do that. Now, if you're going to use it, say on an area where you have discomfort, I always tell people, when you get a tube of this, go find 10 people that are hurting. Maybe like the arms like not going up, right? Or their neck is stiff, or they can't like squat down, or whatever it is. They got cramps. Have them rate the discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, and then take this and you rub it on 3 times. Now, it's completely clear. You guys know there's no smell. It won't touch you. It's no problem. You put it in, it's like, did I put it on? Like, it's like gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you do that 3 times within a 5-minute window. Okay, it's like put it on dry, put it on dry, put it on dry. By minute 10, ask those 10 people how they're doing and just see what 9 out of 10 of them say. It is like, I'm 8 years into using this, and I'm still like, holy cow. What do we have our hands on? Yeah. I'm so excited. And so that's what I tell people. Like, you can't overdo it. This is like construction workers in a bottle. You're telling them where to go, where to repair, whether it's a cut, a burn, a bruise, a bug bite, or whatever's going on with the skin topically, put it on. It's going to just alert for the call for help. More construction workers means your project's going to get done faster.
Right. Excellent. Okay. And I like it that it's all natural. Like, there's nothing else in it that can harm you. Like, it's just a natural product that creates miracles.
I know. I tell people, like, it even goes beyond natural. Like, a blueberry's natural, right? But we don't make blueberries. We make this stuff. Like, literally what's in here, it's in you, it's in your dog, it's in your cat, it's in your plants. It's every cell that is living communicates with these reductants and oxidants. It's electron transfer. Okay. It's like literally the most foundational way of communication. That's what this is. So you put that into the body, it goes wherever. Like, it's non-specific. It's not like skin cells stock with certain redox and heart cells with different ones, and pancreas cells with different ones. No.
Right.
It just, you put it into the system, the alert call goes out. All 3 of you are going to have different results with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All 3 of you have different issues. It's just like your house versus my house. I've got AC issues at the moment. What issues are going on in your house, right? Like, everyone has different things happening. So I always, to set expectations clearly, I'm like, look, this is something that will be in everyone's home and should be. Like, if people knew what we had our hands on, they'd be knocking over our doors for it. And it's like, but it's coming this way. Like, people are hearing this. And like, if you're interested, it's like, text the number, like go and actually learn what this is, like you guys did, and get yourself on it, because it's going to bring your body exactly what you need. It's literally what it's designed to do. And the ramifications of that, the implications of that, it gets me so excited. If you couldn't tell, I feel so thrilled about what it means for people. Cause it's like, I believe I went through my journey to be in a position, like, I lost my health and all that I was doing and the person I thought I was, what I was supposed to be doing, to put me here, to be on this mission, to be educating people. I've gotten to watch hundreds of lives change. I've educated thousands of people. And like, the more I do it, the more my conviction to continue, just like, it burns brighter. It's like, my heart just opens more and more. I'm like, man, we are transforming things.
Mm-hmm.
And like, when you transform somebody's health, you guys realize, like, that impacts the relationship with their family, how they're able to show up at work, their earning potential, like their happiness. It just, the implications of that, it's intangible, you know, how much that can ripple out.
It is, because for us, not only is the three of us on it, but the rest of our family is also taking this journey with us.
Yeah.
And like you said, we all have different houses, right? So we're all different. We all have different issues, and we're all experiencing something different. Some may be a little skeptical at first, maybe not like us, like, let's drink it, let's do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. And but they actually see now once they take mom's advice, right? Because we all have a hard time taking mom's advice, but we're all taking it, and even our children. And it's been, again, miracles. Like, and the ones that would have been like, oh, okay, mom, I'll take it, just so you know, you just shut up, right?
Yeah.
They are, but it's they're seeing, you know, like, where you're always like, well, you were right, mom.
Isn't it? You're like, all right, that's a pill I got to swallow. Turns out mom knows best.
Yeah, you know, but it's a good thing.
Mother's intuition is a real thing, and we appreciate you, Brenda. And I appreciate you, Mom. Lynn, Mom, if you're listening.
That's right. Shout out to the moms. But it is. It's been such an amazing journey so far. We cannot wait for the next few months to even see
how we're going to change.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you got to like track it. So here's a crazy story.
Okay.
I have had not injury. I've had a curve in my spine since I was little. They wanted to put like a rod and do surgery, and my mom said no. Like, I was too young. She didn't want me to have surgery. Thank goodness. Yeah. And so we did like osteopathic work. We tried to do things to help the muscles, because basically there were muscles that were super tense on one side. It was causing my spine to be curved. And of course, muscle tension is uncomfortable. You know, you feel that. Yeah. So I have always had issues with my back. I've always felt my back since I was little. I have no idea when it happened, but I was in a room at an ASEA event. People were just talking, standing up, sharing their stories. And this woman says, you know, I've had a curve in my back my whole life. I've had discomfort from it my whole life. I started on ASEA, and I cannot find that discomfort anymore. And I went, oh my gosh, I have no idea when it went away. Like, me too. Like, holy cow. But isn't it like crazy? Like, we're talking a couple decades. I'd had that. And I'm like, how do you just forget that was an issue? So I always tell everybody, baseline yourself. Like, there is a health tracker. Fill it out. Because I don't know where it's going to work. We don't know if it's going to help your sleep, your digestion, you know, your hormones, your blood pressure, your whatever. We don't know what it's going to do first, because your body's going to put it where it needs to go. So if you baseline everything, you're bound to catch it, right? Or you're going to go, wow, I used to wake up like 3 times to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That stopped. And you'll just, like, unless you wrote it down, you might forget. So word to the wise. If you want to know all that it's doing for you, track it. Like, I don't know about you guys, my hair, it grows so fast now. My nails grow so fast now. They're strong. They don't break. They're brittle. It's like phenomenal. Never had that my whole life.
It is.
I'm spraying it in my hair.
Oh,
So now, Danielle, with the bottle, we, in the beginning, we started taking, like, recommended the 2 ounces. And the more we kind of listened and talked to Dr. Silverman or Jay and April, they had recommended the Magic 8. Yeah. Now, is that something you recommend, that, like, when you start off taking this, just go for that 2 ounces in the, 8, right? There we go. The 4 ounces in the morning and the 4 ounces at night to get the full effect? Or what was your question?
You know, I started out drinking 8 ounces a day. This is how it was sort of described to me. It was described to me like this. After puberty, your mitochondria are less efficient. These molecules are made in our mitochondria. And so every year we're making about like 1% left. So less. So every decade, your amount of your own innate redox is going down. And so it makes sense that the older you are, the more you need to replenish yourself, right? So if you're younger, 4 ounces a day, maybe fine. If you're older, 8 ounces a day is probably going to be, more of what you need. Just more construction workers, right? Because there's less people showing up now that you've gotten older. The other thing, though, is the amount of damage, right? Like if you're doing a project at your house, like, well, a hurricane just, ripped through Florida not so long ago. There was a lot of damage, right? Not that the house was old, but it just got hit by a hurricane. It's like me. I was not old, but I got hit by a drunk driver. I had a brain injury. Like there was a lot of damage. Yeah. So when you have that, it's like, okay, it makes more sense. Let's send more guys onto the job, Okay. So 8 ounces a day, I'd say we call it the magic 8 because just some magical things start to happen when you drink. And it seems to also be if you're older or if you have, a challenge, you might just need a little bit more. It's not that it won't work at 4 ounces a day. It will. Okay. It'll work at 2 ounces a day. But it's the same as saying like, well, I could get one guy to rebuild the house after the hurricane, or I could bring a crew of 15 guys.
Right.
The job's going to get done. It's just what's the timeline that it's going to get done in. And so I always tell people, look, work around what makes sense for you, but 8 ounces is really a good place to start. And then maybe after 90 days, you check and say, okay, well, do I need all these guys or can I kind of go back to a maintenance crew? Is 4 ounces a day going to be okay? I personally have stayed on 8 ounces for 8 years. Okay. I'm so good at it. So, I think my dad drinks 6 ounces. He's like, that's all I need. And I'm like, okay. So, you kind of feel into your body. If I'm traveling, I drink more. If I'm doing a lot, I drink more. Some days when I'm just kind of hanging out, not doing much, I might drink less. So, I kind of play with it. It's like, there's no way for you to overdose on it. There's no toxic amount. There's no LD50. Like they literally couldn't find a toxic amount. So your body just reverts it into saline after it uses it, which is what it's sourced from, which is maybe something we should talk about because a lot of people get confused about that.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Because I think we all take it. We all take the magic 8 now. When we first started off, like we got there was you could feel it with just the 4 ounces a day. But once mom's like, all right, we're stepping it up, girls. We're doing 8 ounces a day.
I love your mom.
How? Like you could tell, like you're right. It's like we had so many more construction workers and you just felt great. Yeah. So at this point, I don't think we'll get off the 8, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I know when you're like, feel this good. You're like, well, why? I don't want to go. It's not that I felt bad before. It's just like, but this level's amazing. I mean, it's like, I don't know about you guys. I experience this, like, it's just a good mood. Like, I'm just like happy. Yeah. I feel like I've got all this like abundant energy. It's not like a high from caffeine. It's just like, I'm here, I'm ready. My intuition is also, you guys mentioned that, like more on point. I just think there's another level to our health. Once we get this physical body, like back to its baseline, Right. There's a next level. We can start working past the physical body into the energy body, and beyond. So we can start lifting and shifting that. And that gets me really excited.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah. So if you want to discuss the molecules and the redox. And,
the whole saltwater thing. So
yes, please, because we get nailed on that quite a bit.
Yeah, because you look at the ingredients as we're all programmed to do. The ingredients say water and sodium chloride. That is true. Your body is a sack of saline. All right. So the body is making this, like, think about it. You cry salty, you sweat salty, you go to the ER, they're going to hook you up to a drip of saline. Like, you are saline. And the body is so elegant and so simple that it says, okay, well, we need to make different molecules. We're going to source it from the saline. We're going to go down and we're going to take the hydrogen and oxygen from water, and we're going to take the chloride and the sodium from salt, and we're going to make a bunch of different molecules. If you think about it as if I were to give you 4 letters, and I'm like, all right, which one of you can make the most number of words? You can make 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words. I don't care, but you only have these 4 letters. Ready, go, right? Maybe I give you, 10 minutes. Let's see who can do the most. You can make different combos. Well, it's the same thing the body does. The body says, all right, well, with hydrogen and oxygen, H2O is water. H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. It's a very different molecule. It just has one more oxygen, but it's the same source, base of hydrogen and oxygen. And so that's what the body's doing. Hydrogen peroxide is a redox signaling molecule. Hydrochloride, chlorine dioxide, superoxide, right? You just think about what are all these different maybe combinations that I could make with those things being the base. When they end up net negative, it's called a reductant because it has an extra electron. When it ends up net positive, it's called an oxidant because it's positive and it has, it could take on an electron. Remember when I said the basis of this is electron transfer? That's all it is. So you've got these reductants that are ready to go to work by giving an electron, and you've got these oxidants that are going to, take it. That's what's happening. And so your body's doing this every nanosecond of the day, all the time. And it's like little sparks. This is happening. It was literally thought to be impossible. I mean, think about it. If I said to you, okay, guys, like, go light a sparkler, and then I want you to take that spark that comes off of it and put it in a mason jar and bring it to me. You're like, Danielle, it's gone. There and gone. You can't capture that. That's what they did. Like, this is like trillions of sparks. I mean, this is what they did. This is why it is a breakthrough. When people say that, I think it's hard because breakthroughs sound too good to be true. But imagine when they figured out the light bulb. When Edison figured that out and saying to people, you're not going to need fire to see at night. And they're like, you're nuts. And he's like, no. And he flips the switch and he shows them. And they're like, whoa. It wasn't in their like conscious awareness, right? This is a breakthrough. There's no category for this. This is not nutrition. It is not an antioxidant. It is not all the things we're used to hearing, not a CBD, not an essential oil. It's none of the things we have a category for. Signaling is a category in and of itself. Your cells have to signal, right? They need hydration. They need oxygen. They need nutrition. The cells need some things. Never before did they think you could put more signal into the body. Now you can. And it's just in here, it's just different reductants and oxidants. And if you look at the back of your bottle, it says redox certified.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
certification. There are 2 different labs that work with ASEA to certify that it's no longer saline, that what you actually have are these reductants and oxidants in here. And when you drink it, I don't know what it tastes like to you guys, but for most people, it tastes a little bit like pool water. So you kind of realize like, oh, it's not salt. Got it.
Yeah.
And like, you can't spray salt in your eye. I mean, try and do that. You're going to realize
that's horrible.
Right? That's not it. Take plants. This is something anybody can do. Get 3 plants, put 1 in water, put 1 in salt water, put 1 in ASEA. Tell me how they're all looking in a few days.
Well,
you're going to see a difference.
Yeah, I never even thought about that with the plants.
Yeah.
Like, we're watching some of the shows about animals. So we kind of just took the spray bottle. We're kind of giving it to the animals and seeing how they like it. And so far, all the cats and dogs.
Yeah. Well, my one cat, as soon as she sees the blue bottle come out of, I keep mine in the fridge. I don't know if we could touch on that too, if that's cool or not, but I take it as soon as she sees it. She's like running across the room. She's jumping on the counter. I'm like, all right, relax. I got to put it in a cup first. And then my other cat, I put it in the spray bottle and he just sits there and I just spray him up and down. And then my dog runs. I have to chase him, but I get it on him, but he runs.
It's funny. I taught my dog some things when he was a puppy, I'd spray him if he did something wrong. And so now if the spray comes out, he's like, oh my God. I'm like, darn it, I programmed him wrong. But yeah, it's fine for you to put it in. It can be in the cold. So it's not that it has to be refrigerated, but some people, because you swish it before you swallow it. Mm-hmm. And some people, they don't really like the taste. And when it's cold, it seems to cut the taste. So, it's totally fine to put it in the fridge. You don't have to. The only thing that you can't do with it is put it in direct sunlight. So you can't sit it on a windowsill or something like that. UV light does impact it. But
okay.
Is it important to swish it in your mouth? I know that's been kind of stressed a lot when taking this. So it's important to swish it for like 30 seconds and then swallow.
I'd say 30 seconds is like a good amount because it gets absorbed like sublingually. So it can get into the system very quickly that way. So really good to swish before you swallow. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And I know it comes with a plastic little like shot glass, we call it, but is it important to keep it once we pour it out of the bottle, should we keep it in a plastic container? Is there should we not use certain products with
liquid? you don't want to put it in metal. So like say you're giving it to your animals. You don't want to pour it into like a metal bowl.
Okay.
Glass is fine. Plastic is fine. They give you that little shot glass. I just take the shot. I mean, I'm like, whoop, 2 ounces. Whoop, there we go.
Right.
So that's what I do. And yeah, I think just so long as you avoid metal, you're going to be pretty good.
Excellent. And then water. How much water do you recommend drinking?
Yeah, when somebody starts this, like we touched on briefly that one of the things that these molecules do is they activate your antioxidants. Glutathione has been shown to upregulate by like 800%. Okay, it's massive. Guys, if that is all this did, it would be phenomenal. Like glutathione helps the body with detoxification and it helps the body deal with inflammation. And so with detox, it can freak some people out. They're like, why do I have diarrhea? Why am I getting a rash? Why do I have a headache? Why is my stomach upset? You know, I had one woman, she just sweated out of one armpit. Like, wow, just one. And so what's fascinating is you got to think about all the ways that if your body's trying to push toxins out, detoxify, what are all the ways that it could come out? It could come out through your stool. It could come out through, running your nose, through sweat. And so sometimes people will feel that detox. It, like I said, does something different to everybody. So maybe 10% of people notice that, 5, 10. But we tell everyone up your water just to help your system flush because it's going to help everybody detox. And if you're very well hydrated, you won't feel it as much because the system is able to just flush it out in that way. And the rule of thumb that we use is take your body weight. For those of you in the US, like this is pounds. If you're listening outside of the US, convert to pounds. You want to do your body weight, cut it in half, that amount of ounces. So a 200-pound person is drinking 100 ounces of water in a day.
Okay.
For your first week, after your first week, I mean, they say technically that's how much water you should be drinking.
Right.
Okay.
I think everybody's like chronically dehydrated.
Yeah.
That's another story. Yeah. So just drinking more water your first week is good. If you can keep it going, great. If not, like that's at least going to help you not feel the detox. And I think when people are more dehydrated, they feel the toxins coming out more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So make sure you drink your water, everybody.
Yeah.
Get a big cup and just have it by your side and drink.
Yeah, because that was definitely me when we started doing ASEA. I've never been a big water drinker. I'm like, water tastes like nothing. Why do I want to drink that? Like, I don't get it. But I started taking ASEA and I could kind of feel, and I had done different detoxes before. So I was like, okay, my body is detoxing. And I was like, man, maybe I should, Mom got these cool cups. She bought everyone like these really cool cups. And I was like, they're so aesthetically pleasing.
Cups.
Yeah.
Drink your water.
They look so cool. They make you want to drink more, right? So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to start drinking more water. And I'm sitting, at work and I'm noticing now that I'm going through like 3 or 4 of those a day. And I feel top-notch energy.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? I'm like, it's so good. And I don't know if we've mentioned Jay, but the number that's scrolling down there for people to reach out to, like that's who we all work with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Right? Like you guys said, you saw that episode. I don't know if I was on there with him or what, but like I watched that man's hair start to grow back. I watched April start to look younger. I've watched them both radiate this energy. And, they got they were so amazed by it. They're like, man, we have like a responsibility to share this with people.
Mm-hmm.
So they got on their channel and they started sharing it on YouTube. And I'm so grateful that it landed in front of you guys and you got an intuitive hit. And I would just say for anybody listening, like if you're getting that intuitive hit, text Jay, reach out and just say, tell me more about this stuff. He calls it the elixir of the gods. That's what Jay. And ask for that information. If you're going right to the website, it's a little confusing. Like you said, Brenda, like you signed up wrong. It's like there's options and there's deals you can get. And unless somebody's kind of like giving you a consult to figure out what works for you, a lot of people end up doing the wrong thing or spending more than they need to. I know you found it helpful to talk to him, and I would tell everybody like he's fabulous. And I do. So on your all's website, that Heal Together, there's a contact me button. So if you guys could text Jay, or you can just click contact me, and that gets these ladies your info.
Right.
And
And we can get in
Exactly.
contact with
Yeah.
everybody, or we
Jay.
can put you in contact with
Yeah.
Jay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Like Mom said, she got on there because she was so excited, kind of messed up a little bit. And Jay,
Kinda.
he doesn't know us from Adam, and he took the time out to actually make it personable and actually help us. So it's not just like some company that's just we're a number. Like he actually like called us, made us like a family, introduced us to you. You've created a family, atmosphere where we can text you at any time if we have any questions. So it's been a great
Yeah.
family healing with lots of help, so we found it like a great family connection.
Yeah. Well, it started from my mom. I mean, that's what it is. And I mean, these dragonflies in the back, there's actually a story behind that. My mom calls our team, this team of people that's helping just raise awareness and educate people about this and get the word out. She calls us Team Dragonfly, because dragonflies represent being a positive life force and transformation. And she's like, that's what we do. We transform lives. We're giving a positive message. We're helping people. We're giving hope.
Yeah.
And I love the start of your show has the dragonfly. And I was like,
Right.
It does.
And then we have to tell you this story.
Yeah.
When my husband passed, we all saw dragonflies. So we all have dragonfly tattoos.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
And then when we came and got on your team, I went, oh my God, this is meant to be.
Yeah.
The
This is-
dragonflies.
yes.
It's wild.
This is divine timing right here.
Yes. Oh, it totally
Yeah.
is.
Crazy.
And it's
Just crazy.
You can't make this kind of thing up. Like,
Yeah.
I've been in people's homes before where we're talking about it, and they go, and I tell them that story and why, and they go, Danielle, look up. And I'm like, huh? And like hanging from their ceiling is this beautiful like dragonfly that I hadn't noticed. And they're like, it happens all the time. I'll get a photo, Danielle, look. And it's like the front walk. It's a beautiful tile dragonfly. And I'm like, man, it's so amazing. Like you put this beacon out and people just flock to it, the right people, right? Because we're all on the same wavelength. So it's so fun. That made my day.
We love it because that's what we want to do. We want to transform and then share our story and help others transform, if they want to or want to take the step to find out more about this great technology. It's all I can say is it's a miracle. Like with the dragonflies, and it's just it's all divine timing,
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the right place at the right time.
Right. I have one question if we're going to cut this off.
Yeah.
On the redox, I don't take any kind of medication, and I was always a person, I never want to take anything, so I was always looking for that go-to thing, which I found. Are people coming off their medication, taking less? Do you see any of that?
I mean, personal experience, I was on a prescription for all the pounding in my head. And after about 6 months, I just said, you know what? I haven't had one of those in a while. Why am I taking a medication for it? And I weaned myself off. I always tell people, look, consult with your doctor, talk with your doctor. Don't like use this as a replacement. I always tell everyone, continue everything you're doing, add in redox, and then monitor. Right? If you're a diabetic, really monitor your sugar levels, and see what impact is happening. Because if the pancreas starts doing what it's supposed to do again, you could over-medicate yourself. So this is not like it's going in and masking some symptom, right? Which is what a lot of our medicines do. This is going to the root of the issue, and it's repairing that. And so if that gets repaired, you might not need something anymore. And I always tell people, like, I've seen a lot with a lot of different people, a lot of different issues over the years. And it makes me so happy for them to be able to, get rid of some things out of their life, but always consult the doctor, and there's no guarantee because it does something different for everyone.
Right.
And it can take time. Maybe you're consciously aware of something you're wanting it to work on, but there's something you're not even aware of, and it's working on that rather than the thing in your mind you want it to work on. So be gentle with your body, like educate yourself on what this is, be comfortable with what it's going to do, and then just trust it to do its thing. And I find in time you'll notice this and then this and then this and then this.
Right.
You guys are just 3 months in, you're like tip of the iceberg. So so year 1, year 2, all of that.
So do you recommend then on that note real quick, do you recommend when starting this to at least give it, say, 30 days, or do you recommend like after 3 months? Is there kind of a guideline?
Good question. I tell people I always like expectations. You know, with the gel, it's written on the tube, Renew 28. Take a picture, use it for 28 days, take another picture. Like you're going to see a difference in the skin where you put it.
Right.
If you want even faster, 3 applications within 5 minutes. Tell me how your discomfort is. You know, with the liquid, I tell people give it 90 days or don't bother.
Okay.
I'm like pretty adamant because I don't want someone to walk away thinking, oh, this stuff doesn't work.
Right.
No, like it's working. If I had walked away after a month, none of us would be here.
Right.
I wouldn't have shared it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I waited. I was going to do 6 months because I thought, well, my body has a lot of repair to do. You know, you can't rebuild a house in a day. You know, you got to give it time when you understand what this does. We're talking about cellular repair, like be patient. So what I see is maybe a week on it, the liquid we're talking now.
Okay.
10-15% of people can pinpoint, you know, maybe they're detoxing or that health tracker, they're like, whoa, this shifted. A month in, it's like 50-60% of people. 90 days in, 90% of people. And so I tell people, look, go 90.
Okay.
Definitely have the 3 months. And then you can reassess what you want to do. If you're using it to just keep your system, you know, and to be proactive with what you're doing, or if you're still wanting it to continue to work something. Like my sensitivities to noise and light didn't go away in 90 days. I still had them. I continued on the product because I went, oh, it's working. There's a lot of damage up there. Let's allow it to keep working. And now, you know, I don't have these sensitivities.
That's amazing.
Nice. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you shared your story with us and with everybody listening.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
mean,
so much for, you know, talking about everything and being so open and patient with us.
Yeah. And with all of our questions.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's what it's all about.
It is. And like you said before, down below, scrolling on the screen there is Jay's contact. He's amazing. He will help you enroll through anything, any questions. He will take you step by step and literally hold your hand. He's awesome. And then also our website's down there. If anybody just wants to click that and contact us, we can help walk you through it as well. But I really want to thank you for being with us and sharing your energy and story and helping us on our journey through this whole.
Oh, you're going to soar. I mean, dragonflies are uniting. Like, imagine what we're going to do.
We are. We'll all have to get new tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your time again today,
Yes.
Danielle.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. So don't forget, Harley.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
And with all that being said, guys, I'm Nicole.
Brenda.
And Harley.
Let's heal together.